Good evening, everyone. Tonight we have a box of 1992 Studio. Not a whole lot of rookies in this one, at least none worth mentioning. So basically just a nostalgic rip, taking us back to yesteryear when things were much simpler, 3 or 4 different baseball card sets, etc. Well, the biggest weight we had was that, that new Beckett coming out every month to see if we gained $1 on our favorite card. So speaking of the Beckett, we'll take a look at the Beckett from back in the day. Let's see here. We have the November 92 issue here with Tom Glavine on the cover and his 88 Fleer there. And we'll take a look at what Studio was doing back then. The complete set, looking in at $30. Like I said, not a whole lot of rookies, so you got all the stars, second-year players. Reggie Sanders $1, Bagwell $1, Eric Karros $1.50. We got Mike Mussina $2, Ripken $1. Frank Thomas $3, Kenny Lofton $1, Travis Fryman $1. And what do we got here up top? We got Ken Griffey Jr. $2.
$2.
Juan Gonzalez $1.25. Ivan Rodriguez $1.25. Nolan Ryan $1.50. And Juan Guzman $2.25. That's an interesting one. And unfortunately, there is no Beckett to check from current times, just due to Beckett deciding that it's not worth listing all the oddball sets in their eyes. So we don't have a current one to check, but basically these cards are worth nothing. Well, not nothing, but I'm sure you could pick any star up on eBay for a quarter, 50 cents, if that. So you're not going to break the bank if you wanted to go out there and collect all these cards. So with that being said, go ahead and get this box opened up off camera and be back in a second and start going through these packs. All right, we are back here. Start, like I said, getting these packs here. Maybe we'll get lucky. There are inserts. You have the Heritage Series, which are new for 92. Foil stamped Heritage Series cards and packages of randomly inserted cards featuring classic portraits of today's superstars wearing vintage uniforms of their current teams. Studio elevates collecting to an art. Okay, we shall see. We shall see if I can get one of these packs open. Okay. All right. We got Royce. We got a Heritage Series here coming up. You got Royce Clayton, Dean Palmer, Donovan Osborne, Kelly Gruber, and then we got a Heritage of, looks like Will Clark. Not too bad. Will the Thrill, who, I personally never liked, but, We got Mike Mussina, Phil Plantier, who was all the rage back then, looking a little goofy there, but didn't ever win back in the early 90s. Terry Pendleton, Sid Bream, Hebe Brooks, Joe Girardi, and Greg Hibbard. Glad everyone could join us here tonight for this thrilling set, taking us back to our childhood, for some of us at least. We got Tim Wallach, Robin Yount, Suns Out, Guns Out Yount. We got Anthony Young, John Smiley, and they have to flip them halfway through. Anthony Young, John Smiley, Deja Vu, Terry Mulholland, Donovan Osborne, Steve Sachs, Vip Roberts, Mark Lewis, and Butch Henry. There's a star-studded pack there. All right. This is going to be a long, eventful night with me opening these packs. You got Matt Williams, Dickie Thon, Rex Hudler, John Olerud, Jeff Russell, Darryl Strawberry is a Dodger, Brett Main, Tim Wallach, Doug DeCenzo, Alex Cole, Kirk McCaskill, and Gary Varsho. Glad you guys could stop by. Like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the notification icon. This way you get notified when I finally get around to getting some videos up. You got Reggie Sanders, Paul Sorrento, Alan Trammell, Daryl Kyle, Kevin McReynolds, Bobby Thigpen, Chris Sabo, rocking the goggles, Kenny Lofton, Will Clark, Rafael Palmeiro, Felix Jose, and Joe Carter. Joe Carter's one of those guys that, no matter if you root for him or not, it's just hard to, not like him or hate him. It always seems like one of those generally nice guys that, you just couldn't get mad at. You got Derek Bell, Greg Olson, look a little bald there. Yep, a little bald. Jeff Reardon and Deion Sanders. Derek Bell. Wait a minute. Okay, so the collation in these things sucks. All right, Barry Larkin, Carlos Baerga, Ken Caminiti. We got John Smiley, Terry Mulholland, Melito Perez, and Andy Van Slyke. And if you're looking to pick up these cards, they are still fairly cheap. Get them on eBay. You're not going to go bankrupt trying to relive yesteryear with these, so this is a good thing. Mike Scioscia, Kevin McReynolds. I feel like I just seen this pack. Greg Vaughn, Frank Viola, Chris Hoyles. You got David Justice, and then we got a Heritage card, Carlton Fisk. Okay, put him in the back, I guess. Glenn Allen Hill, Pete Harnish, Tony Phillips, and Ramon Martinez. All right, we got Dwight Gooden, Kent Herbeck, Brian Harvey, Chuck McElroy, Tim Raines, Tim Tuffle, Wes Chamberlain, one of the few actual rookies in this set, I believe. Too bad he's not worth anything. Mike Gallego, Steve Buechele, and Dennis Eckersley. These are those boxes where, you don't open them up because you want to get those high dollar cards out. That's for sure. This is a trip down memory lane. Speaking of memory lane, you got Kevin Moss, the next Babe Ruth. Gary Varsho, Greg Harris, Carney Lansford, Pat Mahomes. That's his rookie. He's just not the Pat Mahomes rookie that we want. Okay, Matt Noakes, Denny Nagel, Randy Reddy, Cecil Fielder, Eric Davis, Mark Gubiza, and Gary Carter. Yeah, if we were actually pulling a Pat Mahomes rookie out of a box today, it'd be a lot more excitement than that. Okay. Eddie Taubensee, okay. Lou Whitaker, Darryl Strawberry, Brent Main, Frank Tanana, Brian McRae, Fred McGriff, Kelly Gruber, Scott Fletcher, Tim Burke, Scott Erickson, and Kim Batiste. Well, now these things are just falling apart when I open them. Okay. We got Matt Williams, Dickie Thon, and a little bit of bricking. Interesting. Rex Hudler. We didn't lose anything. John Olerud, Mike Henneman, Eric Karros, Greg Jeffries, Ricky Bonus. You got a nice Mark McGuire. I guess we could sit him in the back. Gerald Clark, Tino Martinez, and Darren Lewis. Like I said, there's really no rookies in this pack, so there are the inserts, but there's no rookies in there, obviously. You got Roger Clemens, Tom Glavine, Gary DiSarcina, Greg Maddox. Nice, good Hall of Famers there to start. And stars, Mike Scioscia, Darryl Strawberry, Brent Main, Tim Wallach, Tom Pagnazzi, Juan Guzman, who was the most expensive card back in the day. Okay, Ben McDonald, another hot one from back then. Hot prospect that didn't pan out. Okay, we got Phil Plantier, Terry Pendleton, Mark Langston, Ryan Sandberg. And then we got Jose Offerman, Dennis Martinez, El Presidente, Brian McRae, Jim Abbott, Tom Candiotti, Tom Gordon, Ivan Calderon, and Scott Fletcher. All right, Ruben Sierra, Todd Worrell, Devon White, Cal Ripken Jr., and then our heritage is Donnie Baseball. And then we got Tim Tuffle, and then we got the kid, Ken Griffey Jr. Another nice one. We'll put him over there. Everyone likes Griffey Jr. We got Devon White, Cal Ripken Jr. I swear I just saw that card. Jody Reed and John Smoltz. So nice pack there, full of a bunch of stars. Of course, these packs are going to give me a hard time. We got Steve Avery, Jim Abbott, Andre Dawson, Doug Drabeck, Greg Olson. Wait a minute. Greg Olson, yep. Jeff Reardon, another Deion Sanders, Tony Fernandez, Eric Hansen, John Beckett, and Jose Guzman. Nothing like getting two Greg Olsons back to back. I bet that doesn't happen with, Griffey Jr. or one of the heritage inserts, though. It's only going to happen with Greg Olson. We got Greg Vaughn, we got Eddie Murray, we got a checklist. We got Pat Mahomes rookie again. Once again, not the Pat Mahomes we'd want to pull. We have Mike Moore, we got Fred McGriff with somebody stuck to him, Kevin Mitchell. We got Bobby Bonilla, signed the best contract ever, Jeff Brantley, Juan Gonzalez, Pedro Guerrero, and Dave Winfield. So a nice pack of stars there. So who do you guys collect? Let me know in the comments. I was curious to see who everybody PCs. As you guys probably know, Canseco is mine, so he always gets a seat at the table, as I say, no matter which card I pull of his. You got Franco, you got Pat Kelly, Mike LaValliere, another Mark McGuire, and Gerald Clark. Still haven't pulled the Canseco yet out of here. But like I said, let me know who you guys PC. It's always interesting. Chris Sabo, Lofton, Doug Jones, Mickey Tettleton, Palmero, Felix Jose, Joe Carter, Tim Nearing. You got Brian Harvey, Chuck McElroy, Tim Raines, and Jose Rijo flexing his guns. We got Ron Gant, Chad Curtis, Charlie Hayes, and Barry Bonds. It's not a bad one, even though I don't like Barry Bonds. Still a nice card to pull. Mickey Morandini, Mark Lemke, Brian Harvey, Chuck McElroy, Biff Roberts, Mark Lewis, Butch Henry, and Frank Tanana. These studio cards were kind of a big deal back in the day. When the whole community or industry was starting to shift towards the high-end cards. These new sets at Stadium Club, Upper Deck, they were definitely hot items back then. Just automatically there. Danny Tartable, Glenn Davis. The studio was definitely different with the portraits, But also, a lot of fans like them because they would go into detail, on personal, some of their, hobbies, loves to face, hates to face, up close, like Eddie Murray. Hobbies include sports, and he follows the Lakers, Raiders, and UNLV, likes all kinds of music. Because back then, there wasn't the internet, there wasn't, a whole lot of stuff on TV, so basically what you learned from your players was, from the back of their cards, or, from an interview here or there, so any little tidbits was always interesting, as a kid. We got Jamie Navarro, Dwight Gooden, Ken Herbeck, Mariano Duncan, Spike Owen, another checklist, Pat Mahomes rookie, Mickey Morandini, Robin Ventura, Barry Larkin, Carlos Baerga, and Ken Caminiti. You got Kurt Stillwell, David Valley, Matt Williams, Dickie Thon. You got Kurt Stillwell again. Another David Valley. Okay, another Matt Williams. Andre Dawson, B.J. Surhoff, Howard Johnson, Shane Mack, and John Kruk. Yeah, the collation in these is obviously not the best. But, you know, I'll make sure I put in a complaint next time I stop by to leave headquarters. We got Kevin Moss, we got Gary Varsho, Carney Lansford, we got Greg Harris, and then we got a heritage of, let's see, Ryan Sandberg. And a retro uniform there. Pretty cool. You know what? I'll just put him in front of Barry Bonds because we all hate Barry Bonds anyway. Wally Joyner, Ken Hill, Franklin Stubbs, Jose Lean, Mike Moore, Fred McGriff, and Kevin Mitchell. Right? Because who likes Barry Bonds? Nobody likes Barry Bonds. Probably like Barry Bonds' own mother doesn't like Barry Bonds. He's just that much of a douche. We got Brett Saberhagen, Kirby Puckett, Dale Murphy, who should be in the Hall of Fame, Scott Sanderson, Matt Noakes, Kevin McReynolds, Spike Owen, Greg Vaughn, Doug DeCenzo, Kirk McCaskill, Paul O'Neill, and Alex Cole. Hopefully I didn't offend anyone by saying that, you know, Barry Bonds was a douche. I mean, I think everyone would agree. See Jeff Russell, Lee Smith, Jack Morris, Mike Mussina. We got Mark Lewis, Butch Henry, Frank Tanana, Sam Horn, Rob Dibble, another douche, Jack Armstrong, Craig Biggio, and Rob Deere. Yeah, they should have, you know, a subset or insert like douchebags. You know. All time. You should have it in one of the newer sets, like that parallels all-time DBs. Let's see, Guerrero, Winfield, Glenn Davis, Greg Harris, Robin Yount, Eddie Taubensee, Lou Whitaker, Darryl Strawberry, Marquise Grissom, Jamie Navarro, Dwight Gooden, and Kent Herbeck. Right? Because, I mean, all these inserts seem to be the same in all these newer sets. They just call it something different, and they put the same subset of players in there. You know? I want to see that. I want to see the DB insert. Terry Mulholland, Melito Perez, Andy Van Slyke, Dave Stewart, looking all tough. Lee Smith, Jack Morris, Mike Mussina, George Bell. Very odd to see him in White Sox uniform. Another Griffey Jr. Then we got Jeff Brantley, Juan Gonzalez, and Pedro Guerrero. All right, we got Dale Murphy, should be in the Hall of Fame, Scott Sanderson, Randy Tomlin, Terry Steinbach. You got Mark Lemke, Brian Harvey, Chuck McElroy, Rick Aguilera, Jack Morris, Mike Lucina, Phil Plantier, and Terry Pendleton. Oh, what is this? Another checklist, probably, I guess. Ooh, it's the 1992 studio set. An intro card, I guess. Okay, I got Lemke, Brian Harvey. We got a little bit of bricking here. Nothing too bad, though. I mean, it might ruin a card. What am I going to do? We got B.J. Surhoff. Oh, we didn't lose anything. Howard Johnson. Who's stuck to Howard Johnson? Shane Mack. Mitch Williams. Carlos Baerga. Caminiti. Cecil Fielder. And Eric Davis. All right. Brian McRae. Dennis Martinez. B.J. Surhoff. Howard Johnson. Derek Bell, Greg Olson, Jeff Reardon, Greg Harris, Paul Molitor, John Franco, Brian Harper, Darren Dalton. Still hoping to pull, you know, some more inserts here. We got Lance Johnson, Hal Morris, Albert Bell, Never looked happy, did he? Andrew Cedeno. We got Greg Vaughn, Rick Sutcliffe, Mo Vaughn. Another one of those studio intro cards. Greg Olson, Von Hayes, Mike Morgan, and Steve Sachs. All right, we got Lance Parrish, Sammy Sosa. First time seeing Sammy Sosa. We got Frank Thomas. Another one there, a good one. We got Reggie Sanders, Deion Sanders, Cecil Fielder, Eric Davis, Mark Gubiza, Dave Stewart, Dave Valley, Kurt Stillwell, and Dickie Thon. So basically we've gotten about 35 Greg Olsons, and we just got our first Frank Thomas. So like I said, the collation is a little lacking. We got Matt Noakes, Denny Nagel, Randy Reddy, Benito Santiago, Denny Nagel again. Look, see? I mean, come on. Another Glenn Davis, Greg Harris, Ron Gant. We got Mark Whitten, first time seeing him, I believe. Eddie Tabenzi, Lou Whitaker, and Darryl Strawberry. Probably the fourth or fifth Darryl Strawberry. And of course, packs are going to give me a hard time. Scott Erickson, Kim Batiste, Charlie Hayes, Barry Bonds. And we got Anthony Young, Mike Moore, Fred McGriff, Kevin Mitchell, Darryl Kyle, Mike Sharperson, Keith Miller, and Larry Walker. First time seeing Larry Walker, I believe. We got Terry Mulholland, Melito Perez, Andy Van Slyke, Dave Stewart. And we got Melito Perez, Van Slyke again, Dave Stewart again, and checklist. Frank Tanana, Jose Offerman, Dennis Martinez, and Brian McRae. So you got to love the collation in these. It's top notch. Quality control was really on the ball back in '92. I mean, granted, it's only 200 something in the set, but still. All right, Glenn Allen Hill, Pete Harnish, Tony Phillips, Ramon Martinez. You got Frank Tanana, Jose Offerman, Brian McRae, Chad Curtis, Dale Murphy, Scott Sanderson, Randy Tomlin, and Terry Steinbach. All right, we got Eddie Murray as a Met. Very odd to see him in that uniform. Another checklist. Pat Mahomes rookie. Mickey Morandini, Chuck Finley, Doug DeCenzo, Crook McCaskill, Norm Charlton. First time seeing that one, I believe, Wally Joyner. I think first time seeing him, Ken Hill, Franklin Stubbs, Todd Hundley. You know, definitely some odd collation in these. We got Mike Sharperson, Keith Miller, Larry Walker, Bill Wegman, Eddie Murray, Doug Jones, Mickey Tettleton, Mike Sosha, Chris Hoyles, Frank Viola, and I believe someone stuck to him, David Justice, and Chuck Finley. All right, getting down here to the last handful of packs. Glad you guys could hang in there with this great set. I know you guys are waiting to see me pull that hot insert for that high dollar rookie. You can keep waiting. Rick Sutcliffe, Mo Vaughn, Brian Harvey, Chuck McElroy, Marquise Grissom, Jamie Navarro, Dwight Gooden, Danny Tartable. We got Ivan Rodriguez, Tom Pagnazzi, Juan Guzman, and Ben McDonald. I swear, it seems like there's about 75 packs in this box. It's never ending. I know you guys are like, oh my God, is he done yet or what? That's just what I'm thinking. Tim Wallach, Robin Yao, Anthony Young, John Smiley, Kevin Mitchell, Mike Jackson, Jeff Russell, Steve Avery. We got Charlie Hayes, another Barry Bonds. Finally got the greatest player of all time, Sorry, Mr. Mattingly, but Mr. Canseco will always go up front. And then we ended up with Tim Tuffle. You know, you gotta like Donnie Baseball, but Greg Swindell in the back. That's always a good sign. Let's see, Jody Reed, John Smoltz, Lee Stevens, Mickey Morandini, another checklist there. Juan Gonzalez, Pedro Guerrero, Dave Winfield. And we got Lee Stevens, Gary Scott, Alex Fernandez, and Greg Swindell. You know, your night's never complete without a Greg Swindell. Maybe we'll get a Jamie Moyer soon. I don't know if he's in this set or not. I wonder if Jamie Moyer made the grade. Trying to damage any of these high dollar cards, so forgive me. Rex Hudler, John Olerud, Rick Sutcliffe, Mo Vaughn. We got Ryan Sandberg and Jose Offerman, Dennis Martinez, Brett Barbary, Chad Curtis, Mark Grace, Robin Ventura, and Barry Larkin. Barry Larkin's another one of those players that, you know, always seems like a decent guy. You can never get mad at. You can never hate him, you know. Just wasn't one of those guys. Like Ryan Sandberg, another one of those. You just never get mad at him. See, Dave Henderson, Tony Gwynn, first time seeing these guys. Of course, you got a little bit of bricking here for these high quality cards. You got Randy Johnson, Ricky Bonus, Lance Parrish again, just in case we needed more. We got a Sammy Sosa and a Frank Thomas again. We got Brian Jordan, Pat Borders, Mike Devereaux, and Roger Clemens. All right, we got another Heritage card coming up. We got Edgar Martinez, Royce Clayton, Dean Palmer, Donovan Osborne, and then another Will Clark. Really? It's got to be a Will Clark. Benito Santiago, Pete O'Brien, Bill Swift, Dante Bichette, Vince Coleman, a checklist with Rod Carew, and Greg Gagne. All right. Still packs left in here. I don't know how, but we'll keep going, I guess. All right, Mickey Morandini, Matt Noakes, Denny Nagel, Randy Reddy. We got Mike Jackson, Jeff Russell, Lee Smith, Jay Bell, Glenn Davis, Greg Harris, Ron Gant, and Chad Curtis. Never ending box continues. Oh, we got another Canseco. That's what I'm talking about. Eric Karros, Greg Jeffries, Marquise Grissom. We got Randy Reddy, Tim Raines, with somebody stuck to him. I know this is killing everyone. The suspense is killing me. I was about to say who the hell cares. Tim Raines, Jose Rijo, all that for Jose Rijo. Should just left it stuck to it. All right, we got Glenn Allen Hill, Jose Offerman, Brian McRae, Dennis Martinez, and BJ Surhoff. Right? I should have just left them stuck together. Who cares? All right, Edgar Martinez, Royce Clayton, Dean Palmer, Donovan Osborne. And we got another Sammy Sosa, Todd Hundley, Scott Leas, Pat Kelly, Mike Jackson, Jeff Russell, Lee Smith, and Jack Morris. All right, second to last pack here in the never-ending box of 1992 Studio. Only never-ending because I can't seem to get these damn packs open. Most likely just user error. All right, we got John Smiley, and we got to flip it. We got Mike Mussina, Bill Plantier, Terry Pendleton, Mark Langston, Mike Jackson, Jeff Russell, Lee Smith again, Tony Gwynn, Randy Johnson. You got Will Clark and Rafael Palmeiro. All right, last pack. Thank God. And of course, it opens up that easy. All right, let's see what we end with here. We got Rex Hudler, John Olerud, Rick Sutcliffe, Mo Vaughn, Dickie Thon, Rex Hudler, John Olerud. We got Jeff Bagwell. I think that's the first time seeing Bagwell tonight. He's got somebody stuck to him. Who got stuck to you, Jeff? It's Don Mattingly. And we got Jose Lean, Mike Moore, and Fred McGriff. All right. Well, it's definitely a trip down memory lane. You know, we got a couple of the heritage cards. You know, Mattingly, Carlton Fisk, Ryan Sandberg, Will Clark. You know, didn't get a Canseco, which obviously I'm bummed about. I think I probably already have, I don't know, 5 or 10 of them, but still, it's always nice to pull them out of the packs. I appreciate you guys hanging in there while I rip through this hot garbage from the year 1992, and I will see you in the next video.